how are you doing today?
Yeah, man, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, what are we doing today?
Nothing much, just with numbers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you know Jimmy?
Who, Jimmy?
The one who sits outside Rob's office.
Hmm.
I think this job should be appointed to him, as he's an Asian and everybody knows that they are very good with numbers.
Oh, you really think that?
Oh yes, I'm pretty sure about that.
Hey man, did you watch the basketball match last night? It was fun.
Yes, I did. You know, I love basketball.
Wow.
And when I was at school, I played a lot of basketball. Yeah, and I was very good at it.
Wow.
And you know, I'm sure that if I was black, I would have gotten a scholarship from college.
Ooh. Is it?
Yes. Hey, have you seen the new manager, Sylvia?
Oh yes, I met her.
Okay. So, what do you think of her?
I've not known her for a long time, but so far I like her.
Okay. Sure. And you know, I think it must have been difficult for Rob to hire Sylvia.
Why do you think that?
Well, I know two other people that applied for that job and would have been great for that position. But I guess Rob has to hire her because she is an African American, and here they're trying to hire people from all different races.
Okay.
How do you feel, Sylvia, working in this environment?
You know, Rob, so far so good. I feel really good. Although I have realized that there's some things that the organization should work on, like cross-cultural communication.
Do you feel something wrong in this organization?
Well, I have heard certain things, you know, and I don't want to pinpoint, but yes, I think we should.
Hi.
Hi, David.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Sylvia. May I come
Hi,
in?
yes,
Yeah,
please come and
come on.
take a seat. Take a seat.
Hi. Actually, I wanted to tell you about something about Marlo, who is spreading some stereotypes all around the office.
Oh,
And he was saying that yesterday he was saying that all the static jobs should be given to Chinese people because they are good in numbers. And one more thing he said was Sylvia should have got her job as a manager because she's an African American. And I felt very embarrassed and awkward, and just because he was my colleague and I couldn't say anything to him, so I just thought of putting it in front of you.
And we thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Because we are realizing that we have some kind of problem here in the organization when it comes to cross-cultural education. So thank you so much for coming forward. I know that it took courage for you to come.
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you so much, my David. And we will take care of all the things. Okay, no worries. Thank you. I don't know what to do now. I have little tolerance about such people. We should fire him. His presence in the organization is damaging.
You know, Rob, you're right. His presence in the organization is damaging. And yet, yes, you're right, fire him could be a solution, but I don't think it's a right solution. I think what we have to do is educate our employees.
I have an entity theory towards people. I believe human qualities such as goodness and intelligence are fixed.
Well, I beg to disagree because I have an incremental theory about humans. I think humans can change. I think if they are educated and if they are shown the best way, they can change.
So, do you think that is worked out?
I think it's what we have to do. We are an organization that hires people from all over the place, and we need to make them feel comfortable, and we need to make them feel inclusive in the organization. And the only way to do this is by educating people.
But I think that these kind of people will do the same things in a different ways also.
Well, that is up to us. That's why we have to change the policies of the organization so that people know what are the policies and people know what they can do and what they can't.
So what do you suggest that we should do now this situation?
Okay, please take a seat. So what I'm suggesting is that you and I come up with a plan that help us to communicate cross-culturally in the organization. What do you think about that?
But I think it's very time consuming, and I don't think so. It will work out properly in this scenario.
I get you, and I don't understand. It's going to take us time, of course, because this is not easy. But if we don't do that, we're going to lose our employees, and nobody's going to be happy in this organization. And we need people to be happy in the organization. So I think it is worth it to do this cross-cultural education. It's going to be time-consuming. It's going to cost us money, but in the long run, it's the best thing. Because then we won't have these kind of problems that we're having now.
So what do you do? What do you think that we should do about this employee?
I think we are not going to fire him, but he is going to be part of this cross-cultural education. If he wants to still be part of this organization, that's the thing. Employees have to be willing to change.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, we can just try it out.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Sylvia.
I have to say that I'm so happy. We work so well together, and I'm really happy that we came up with this diversity plan for the organization.
Even me too, because it was very tough days for me to do these kind of things.
I know, and I thank you so much for your collaboration.
And even me too.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is assess our organization in terms of cross-cultural communication and where we eventually want to be.
Exactly.
So number 2, change cultural. The culture change is by changing the people that work in the organization. You agree with me on that? Yeah. In the long run, behaviors will depend greatly on what these attitudes and values are. By hiring, so in the process of recruitment and the process of selection and then the process of integration. So we have to recruit. It's important for us to recruit people that are open-minded and that they want to work in an organization that is as diverse as our organization. So, and then we also, I think it's important that we have support and advisory groups. This is beneficial not only for the organization, but also for the employees. Can be effectively used by organizational leaders as means of broadening input for problem solving and decision making in general, and especially for facilitating accomplishments of the organization's managing diversity strategy.
Okay, it's fine.
So.
And for me, I feel that creating full structural integration is an important factor.
I agree.
And affirmative action initiatives of various kinds continue to be paramount in addressing structural integration.
Yes.
And another factor is that eliminating institutional bias.
Yes.
Is very essential in our organization.
How do we do that?
And we have used different types of tools like cultural audit,
Yes.
or survey feedback, or changes in employee benefits, and in the other type of what is called appraisal forms, and changes in human resources policies and benefit and the use of task forces.
Okay, I agree. I agree completely.
Thank
So
you.
let's recap.
Yeah.
So we said number 1 is assessed the
Yeah.
organization, number 2 is cultural change,
Oh.
number 3 is support and advisory groups,
Yeah.
and
creating full structural integration, and most important factor is the next point, because it is important because every organization feeling or every organization it is affected is eliminating institutional bias.
yes, I agree with you. Okay, thank you so much.
And thanks so much. Now I'm going to forward these policies to our
Cindy?
CEO, yes,
Mhm.
Cindy, and I hope that she'll take care of the things well, and will be
And we will go forward from here.
yeah.
Okay,
obviously.
nice
Yeah,
working.
and nice one you too.